I always say that it's like, when you become famous, it's like a automatic black election, right? That happens. And people elect you to be the one to go out there, get the bag, and then bring it back to the community to try to build it up, right? But we killing these people. What up, everybody? It's your boy Tino.
It's your boy Trum.
My favorite producer over there, man. What's going on, everybody? It's the Chord.
Yes, sir.
Episode is called Bullets with No Name, or Bullets Ain't Got No Name, rather. So we're gonna get into what that means. And before we get into that, man, we got some special guests, some brothers that we linked up with that's been supporting. So we appreciate that. And we actually just did a podcast with them not too long ago. So we're gonna bring them in so we can discuss some things. You know what I'm saying? So, but Trem, listen. So I was thinking about the name of their podcast.
All right.
And they podcast, man, it's a different name. You know what I mean? Like the name kept on. I kept on thinking about it. I'm like, man, like, what does this name mean? And I say, like, a lot of times when something that I don't understand, I kind of just say, okay, you know what does it mean to me? When I thought about the name, I thought about honesty. You know what I'm saying? When I thought about the name, I thought about work ethic. You know what I'm saying? Always being at your best. You know what I'm saying? Always being 100.
Yeah. Completely
100. You know what I'm saying? And part of me, because I think, and I think deep, you know what I'm saying, a lot of times, but that's what I pulled out when I thought about this name. You know what I'm saying? I thought about, like core things that you need to be successful. It kind of hit me. I was like, man, that's a dope name. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to y'all some of, like I said, once again, some of the coolest people you're going to ever meet. It is the 8 More Than 92 podcast. What's going on, people?
What's up, man? That was a heck of an intro. That's probably the best one we've ever encountered. And
I think he missing is a suit and tie and a microphone to sum it up.
Hey, listen, I promise, and I mean that, man. Like that, that name was always dope to me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always been, I was like, man, but just to, like I said, I like to, when I don't understand something, I like to get whatever it means to me. And that's exactly what it means to me. So I appreciate you guys joining us. So we're going to talk about a few things tonight. You know what I'm saying? We're going, before we get into some things, I want to talk to y'all, man. I want to talk to y'all and basically get to know y'all a little bit more. And just really, let the public know what y'all into. So first, tell us what your podcast is about. How y'all guys came together and all of that stuff, man.
I was trying to take it off of mute. So, me and Banks did a bid together. I think it was like a 2-year stint. And
I did a bid together.
We just came about it, like the name came about like an inside joke. I think it when the song came out, Banks? When we made the joke?
No.
It was before then, right? We didn't do 8 More 92. I think we heard it from the song.
Yeah.
We heard it from the
documentary. From the documentary 2 is the song with the Game and Drake featuring Drake.
I think we was just like niggas always trying to be creative when to keep it real. So it was an inside joke, And so we was always authentic and stuff like that, but we always like to people used to say, I'm gonna want thou wow with you and mean it with like the utmost like seriousness or something, as if it don't sound goofy or something like that. So when we was coming up with the name, and first I know you said how we met in like 7th grade, so we've been rocking for like a minute. But when we came up with the name, when we
just got into it this morning too, by the way, we're still going through stuff too. It's a real deal relationship.
That's what's
up.
Working.
Yeah, so I think when we came up with it, we was like, man, we got to come up with something like that's unique and something that kind of fits our personalities. But it had to fit our personalities in a way that it would be us. And we have a lot of jokes or inside jokes and stuff like that. Where we'll poke fun at something's seriousness and stuff like that and make it reflective of us. And we thought like the name would be so funny. We'd be like, well, I'm gonna keep it 8 more 92 with you. So it just kind of like it had to say the point was us to be authentic, so it fit us, but then the name fit us as well once we say like the delivery, and it catches. I mean, it gets everybody asks what it means, so it does its job, and it is only funny though when you tell people the name of the podcast. That's the only time when it sounds weird. The 8 more than it sounds kind of funny, but it kind of embodied us, just who we were as individuals.
And then it was a mixture of, one of our favorite rappers, Drake, and at the time, James's favorite rapper, The Game. Like he's kind of waned on that. But that was like when The Game first came out, that was Harrison's everything Game did. Everything Game did, he listened to it. And I never really questioned him why. I don't know where. I mean, for sure. Yeah. I think he definitely gets a righteous knock for the features and the name drops he always does.
Right. Oh,
but I mean, he makes really good music.
Right. So that's dope, man. I like to hear that people been rocking day one, still rocking. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Tino, I love the fact that out of all of this, you still skate away from the fact that this name came from an artist that you will not give a nod to as an MC.
We're not about to go there tonight.
I'm just being real.
It's about
technically it was a Game song. You know what I'm saying? So technically, if it make it easier to where you're not in the fire, technically it was a Game song. So you ain't got to give nod there. So I don't want to take it back.
Oh,
yes, you do. You won't call this man an MC.
But you also said Tory Lanez is better than him.
Exactly.
So I'm not trying to take it back down.
Listen. I do not dislike this man, but shout out to Drake. So listen. All right. So I want to know, as far as your podcast, right? Like, first of all, how did you get into podcasting?
It's always weird to figure out who gonna go first. I guess I go.
So it was you.
Okay, even easier. So now we got into it because it's just kind of like it was something like I guess it was kind of like one of those things, when YouTube came over, when people were doing like the stanky leg, and they was putting all the dances out. If you go on our Facebook, we ain't gonna tell you how to find them. But if you go on our Facebook, we've done those dances. We did the mouthing of every girl. You know what I'm saying? If Banks, you got a video of him licking his lips repeatedly as if they were just the chappest thing, every type of movement. And then so like just everything that as far as like video and corporate and stuff like that, we did it, but it wasn't like I guess we was at the time afraid to kind of like show that side of ourselves. And then you'll see somebody like King Batch or Jessica Vanessa, all these people like going viral doing the same shit we was doing. And then just like with a podcast and stuff like that, I was in Japan at the time, and so I was just kind of like, I think up to that point it hadn't knocked. Like, I mean, y'all know now, and now everybody want to do a podcast. Motherfucker cook a good bowl of Alfredo, I'm gonna start a podcast on how to make chicken Alfredo, or they want to sell plates, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it ain't oversaturated. Thankfully we got in earlier before it hit, but we was just kind of like, at the time, it was kind of like foreign. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I think of podcast at the time was when First Take would just put the episode on audio that they did on TV. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, bro, this would be dope. And, listening to like The Read or Brilliant Idiots and stuff like that. And then me and Banks, like everybody will say, but we felt like we had like dope combos. Right. And so we was just like, man, people got to hear this. You know what I'm saying? And I've heard it regurgitated so many times, but that, and I think it's genuine because clearly everybody's saying the same thing, but in all honesty, it's everybody's kind of answer. Like, we wanted to talk and have people hear it and feel like we were saying something that somebody else could relate to. And it didn't have to be the norm of like toughness or athletes. It could just be like who you is when you don't think nobody watching. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be a place of like authenticity between two people.
Yeah, like you said, it boils down to FOMO. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't want to we didn't want to miss out on another thing because we was, too skittish, or we didn't want to, share some things or whatever. Because like he said, all that stuff, all the hopping out the car and doing the dancing, you know what I mean? Like those type of challenges. Like we did that stuff, we're both 30 years old, right? We did that stuff in high school, and we recorded it and we uploaded it, but the internet hadn't caught up to what we, and a lot of, and not just make it about us, but like us and our friend group, like it just hadn't caught up to that level yet, where if we had, what's the thing everybody does, TikTok, we had TikTok then that would have been our avenue to do those things. But since the phone qualities were so terrible and the lack of resources were slim, it just never really went anywhere. And then, so like he said, when we would see people, we'd be like, we did this 10 years ago. It's like almost like Joe Budden, right? When he used to be on there with Tahiri, right? We used to all watch them on World Star. It was kind of like that. But of course we did. And so we wanted to try to corner the market somewhere, like he successfully did at a point. But yeah, that all just kind of led us down this road of egotistical thinking that, our conversations are gold. That's what it really boils down to. Like we feel a lot about ourselves. We think a lot about ourselves. And so we're like, hey, this is gold. Let's share it.
It wasn't just even like the convo. I don't know, Banks, if you remember, like we said the same thing. Well, at least I was saying the same thing about Netflix. I'm like look how Netflix popped. We was kind of like, man, it'd be dope. I'm telling you, this thing gonna take over. Now everybody got Netflix. Now everybody got a Sling and stuff like that. So it wasn't just like the convo aspects. It was just kind of like we could see things as it was going to happen just from the projection. You know what I mean? Like Netflix will put everybody at TV business. If we were smart enough then, we would have invested in stocks. If we was old enough, we would have invested in stocks for Netflix and all that now. So I think it was just accumulation of us always being aware, but not having like the initiative or, like just thinking like, hey, ain't gonna catch on. And then the shit catch on. And then you out there, like 50 Cent said, window shopping, you know what I'm saying? While everybody else, getting rich off jet. So
that's what's up, dog. I mean, Trim, you got something you want to ask them?
What makes you guys, I guess, what drives you guys to, to make you guys want your voice heard from your own podcast out to the world? Like what is the driving factor that makes you want to contribute your 2 cents to what's going on out there in the podcast world?
I just stupid niggas get to talk all the time, so I just feel like what's stopping us from saying we got something to say? You know what I'm saying? Like what you said, the South got something to say. Well, Banks and James got something to say. So I just feel like, a lot of niggas, Catch Me Outside, Lil Terrio, all these people get a platform. All these people get stuff to do nonsense. And so, like, why sit there and, not saying like we want to shift the culture or do anything like that, but like, if y'all selling for less, I mean, shit, y'all. If this is what's accepted, I mean, who the fuck is y'all to tell us, what
Exactly.
we can and can't say?
I feel you.
I trust me, I'm with you on that, dog. Because, and we were just having a behind the scenes conversation about, excuse me, just Black businesses and stuff like that. And the thing about it is that there's a lack of Black, like good content. I feel, what I'm saying, like, people talking about uplifting our culture, and I feel like, especially with us, I feel like that's our job, like, to try to give good content. That's why I mentioned, just going back to your name, just really listen, if it don't pop, it don't pop, right? But I can sit back and say, you know what, I did my best to uplift my culture, and to do something for them. So that, us even coming together today is a great thing, because that's obviously, and I'm sure you'll agree, that's at the end of the day, we want to uplift our culture as well in the process of being successful. You know what I'm saying? So definitely I enjoy you guys. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to y'all.
Yeah. Definitely, man. Me too, man. And the only thing I gotta add to that is like I'm tired of those, you know what I'm saying, those closed-minded folks, you know, somebody got a demo tape, nobody want to hear, but all I gotta say is stop, I got something to say for that. That's all I gotta say. You brought it up, man. I had to, man.
But I will say, like, I don't know if it's like white media or it's just kind of like what we say. I feel like they try to box in our culture to just sports rap and drugs. You know what I'm saying? And I think, like I said, another thing is like, I could tell you every Jordan or shoes in general, like it's nothing. I could tell you every stat, and I could tell you what a gangster saying or what a sign mean or all this. You know what I'm saying? But it's also a certain amount. It's people out here that watch Harry Potter. It's people out here that know comics. It's people out here that like collect stuff. It's people out here to do stuff. And it's people out here to draw, and they try to make it. It's almost like the movies they make for us. We can't never have a powerful, recognizable movie without tragedy or struggle. You know what I'm saying? As good as Lovecraft was, they still was some bullshit because it was back in the 60s. And as good as Watchmen was, it's open doors. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's only tragedy, hip hop, sports. That's the only thing they try to act like it's culture. But I mean, you seen Wakanda. You know what I'm saying? We are the culture. So there's more layers to that because that's why they copy us. You know, their hair look like ours. They sound like us. They use our euphemisms. The only thing they don't do is keep us alive. So I just feel like, you know, they like to dictate it. So,
man, a great poet once said, man, they want our rhythm, but they don't want our blues, man. That's just what it is.
I'm not gonna go into what a great poet said from my end, but you know, we'll go from there. We'll go from there.
So listen, I know earlier we mentioned, you know, Emp not coming. You know what I'm saying? So, but I want to get your opinion on something. All right,
Hitman Holla.
Right. I want y'all to. So right now we're gonna get into our next segment, and it's called the Future Wave. And pretty much what we do, we just get like the new artists that's come up and coming. You know what I'm saying? Now, we want you, the guests, to critique it and tell me what y'all think. All right. So with that being said, hold up. This is my first time screen sharing on here like this on the podcast. Y'all can see that? Y'all can see that?
Yeah.
All right. So our very well, this is actually our second time doing this. So we have the host of the show, Yung Emp. I actually have
both these songs downloaded on my phone. So
that's what's up. That's what's up. I'm sure you're gonna appreciate that. So listen, I want y'all to this is the song that he's gonna be that he has out now, the single. It's called Used to Be. So let's go ahead and play it and check it out. Hold on, let me go ahead and get this. Let's see.
Yeah. Shawty said she had a problem till I pull up in the Wraith. Ayy, know I started from the bottom, got me feeling like Drake. Ayy, but I'm every man's problem, that's what them hoes call me. Ayy, know I'm all about them dollars, feeling like Diddy. Ayy, for the G's I got it. Ayy, for the G's I blew that. Ayy, cause I bees about it. Ayy, but you already knew that. Ayy, I know my heart turned cold. Ayy, I put my love on hold. Ayy, I'd rather be on Vogue. Ayy, posing with fake bold. Ayy, what it bees like. Shorty gon' pass the baton and send the relay. I had to tell my silent story so they could relay. EMP be biting his tongue, forget what he say. But shorty low, keep my sport, no EA. And shorty gon' support from the GA. And I read the case, then pull up in the eye bumping. Everybody get your roll on. Everybody get your roll on. That was fuck what it used to be, yeah. What it used to be. We don't even talk no more. We don't even talk no more. That was fuck what it used to be, yeah. What it used to be. We don't even talk no more. We don't even talk no more. Fuck what it used to be, yeah. What it used to be. We don't even talk no more. We don't even talk no more. Fuck what it used to be, yeah. What it used to be. We don't even talk no more. We don't even talk no more. Are you for real? Oh, yeah. That's how you feel. Oh, yeah. I held you down. Ayy, gave you the crown. fuck one of my friends. Yeah. Hey, I hope you got it in. Hey, I'm still gonna win. Hey, cause this shit in my skin. Hey, look, I ain't perfect, but on the surface, I put you first. And I ain't nervous, but you got some nervous. You think I'm hurt, it's like
so,
you curse me. You wrote and cursed
what I want, so listen, in the Future Wave, right? Pretty much what we do, we give an honest opinion. Now, I understand he's the host of the show, and we know him and everything, but feedback is important. I believe feedback is a gift. You know what I'm saying? Because that way you can go back and do better. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, what's your honest opinion about this artist?
Hated it. No, I'm playing. No, I like it. I thought it was good. I had already heard the song before I came on, so I had already knew the song. So no, I thought it gives like between like Travis and Gunner with like a baby splash of Roddy. And then I like how the fact for him not to be on mainstream, he's not drowned out by the beat like a lot of up and coming people or SoundCloud rappers be. And then he ain't too loud over the beat. I like how you can actually, he ain't like just saying like same bullshit, like rubber bands, I got rubber bands. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I like to, especially like the way the beat and everything went. It went with the vibe of the beat, how it started, and he kind of rolled like a wave. So I like this. I've listened to it, like I said, multiple times. Mm-hmm. And especially seeing that we started by like promoing local people on the show, and I had to listen to like a lot of bad raps. So it was refreshing to actually like the song of the person that I put in our stories or promoted on the page and stuff like that. So I like it.
Yeah, what you think, Banks? Tell me. What you got?
I like it. It instantly is a vibe. So I guess I kind of check out of the lyrics aspect. Like when it comes on, I'm like, okay, I don't really need to like sit down and be trying to dissect it. I don't think it was made in that vein. The first thing I got was, I feel like this will be a hit like at somebody's homecoming, like colleges. I don't really know the demographic. I'm sure he wants everybody to be the demographic, but I instantly heard it there. I saw like strolling, you know what I mean? Like I saw like a damn near naked party type of, you know what I'm saying? Like I saw stuff like that in the club. Right. So, but it's like one thing that I like to try to do for people that I've, for all intents and purposes never heard of before, is I try to give them like a benefit of the doubt. Like if this was, like he said, if this was Gunna, right? And if Gunna did this, I couldn't sit up here and act like I didn't like it. Gotcha. You know what I mean? So I like to give new people, new musicians, actors, whoever, I like to give them the option of it to kind of start off on good footing with me.
Right.
And from the moment you cut it on, I was, it was with it. Like I said, the vibe was great. I instantly saw a specific place in mind where I felt like that music was going to be played. Yeah, I liked it.
That's what's up. And I know what he does. If you really listen to him, he's going to give you life experiences. You know what I'm saying? He's going to give you life experiences. He's going to give you. It's like snippets.
So that girl on the song really fucked his homeboy?
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure of it.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure of it. Yeah, I'm sure of it. Yeah. So Emp gonna give you life experiences. He give you flashes of everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you notice, he talks about court cases and stuff like that, but then he also talks about the girl, you know what I'm saying? So it's like he gonna give you a little something of everything that he feels the beat deserves. You know what I mean? So and that really gonna catch your attention.
I also liked how he knew what the vibe of the beat was and didn't try to be like Kendrick Lamar, Talib Kweli, and be like over lyrical. Like, I get it, nigga, but I'm not trying to decipher what you're saying over the beat. I'm trying to like chill in the car. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like how he was smart enough to realize that he had a road trip or even a twerking vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like if that come to or a hookah vibe, you feel what I'm saying? Like niggas is just trying to mellow out to that and without like having to sit there and try to break that shit down. Oh, metaphor, bar. I ain't got time.
Gotcha.
I'm chilling to the beat.
Gotcha. Yeah, Trevor, you got something to say about that song?
Man, maybe want to get my 50 Cent on, man. Like start running on the treadmill with my shirt off and everything. Just start cheering. Just start rolling like that.
I think we was going through two different vibes.
Right. What?
Right. Hey,
that is a nice plug though. That could have been like in a part of Power somewhere, like a little cut scene.
It definitely could have been when them teachers keep fucking or every time Tyreek go into the room with it. And that should have been our easy example. It seemed like something they played before a sex scene.
Right.
As it transitions back to the normal day. You know,
this is gonna be
and then somebody walking into the building.
This is something real bad to say, man. I've never seen an episode of Power.
Oh yeah.
Y'all just like a whole bunch of off-brand niggas. Like you say Tory over Drake, you ain't never seen Power.
Nah, Trip. No, listen, I ain't the only Drake. I ain't the only
Drake. I'm gonna come up in here next time talking about I don't know who Michael Jackson is. So I'm just like, boy.
Hey, listen, I ain't the only person. Listen, I don't. You know what? I don't dislike this man. Listen, but yeah, I know that Emp he works hard, man. You know what I'm saying? Like his vibe is important. Like he knows how to create a vibe. He has a lot of songs, that are similar and different, but still, he knows how to stay in the pockets. And shout out to him. Shout out to him and his whole family. But definitely shout out to him and his work ethic. He's going to appreciate you guys' feedback, man. So
he do make it hard to like repost some of his stuff though, because y'all got to close off.
Party. Listen, I told him I feel uncomfortable when I see your shirt off.
I'd be like, bro, I was like, because he be a freestyle, and I listen to the freestyle hard, but like he like half naked and shit.
Right.
And I'd be like,
right, dude, you trying to get his D'Angelo on, man?
Yeah, you can't. I don't want to know how you feel, dog. I'm just saying, I don't want to know that. Keep that shirt on.
You messing up the promotion. I got to go put a picture of us on there and just play your song in the background.
Right. I'm done. But yeah, he definitely. I'll be like, hey, and I'll be scrolling up. I'll be scrolling up the timeline. His stuff will pop up. He ain't got no shirt on. I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, dog. I'll be telling me, I'm like pineapples, dog. Pineapples, man.
Pineapples.
Yeah, I can't do it, man. So listen. So the next thing we want to get into is another segment called Dope or Nope. Pretty much, we're going to just review some albums real quick that I've listened to. So, I know I listened to a lot of them. I sent them out to y'all. I'll tell you, I just want to get your opinion on them, see what y'all think about them. Juicy J. Hey, listen, it's good homework, man. Good homework. Juicy J. I don't know what album this is for Juicy J's.
Right, nobody does.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't know. He said the hustle continues. So apparently he got a few albums.
Right.
Did y'all listen to it? If so, what y'all think? What y'all think about that? Is it dope? Is it's like nah.
So let me. So I listened to it, a while ago when it came out. I even told James about it, but I'm gonna open it up so I can kind of look at it track for track.
Okay.
And really kind of see because let's see, the hustle continues. And first off, I like the fact that it was just 16 songs. He didn't kill us. Okay.
Right.
So I'm a quickly Dope.
Okay.
I like the Spend It, Lil Baby and 2 Chainz. I mean, I like even his songs with Logic because I know they're kind of tight.
Right.
And I maybe this is a topic for another day or an aside, but I just don't understand why certain rappers dislike Logic so much. But we're gonna put a pin in that. We're gonna put a pin in that. We're gonna put a pin in that.
I'm about to say because
we'll put a pin in
that comes with another great conversation there.
Right. But yeah, I mean overall Dope. I love his song with NLE. I actually love what NLE is doing personally, just with his transition on how he's making music now and the things that he talks about in his music. So I mess with it. It's 47 minutes long. He didn't give us too much. I mean, some of the songs, he could probably take off one or two here or there, but that's anybody. So I messed with it a lot. I liked it.
Harrison, what you think, dog?
We had similar. I mean, we like the same song. I heard the one with Lil Baby prior to that. I didn't know. I knew the Juicy J song. I didn't know he had the album, but I liked it. It was 43 minutes. It made that drive. I was like, oh man, it's gonna be half a drive. So it was quick. But I listened to it there. It wasn't bad. So the funny thing, first off, after probably like song number 13, I was about to tell him to take his own advice and be like, shut the fuck up. But no, I felt like it was cool. The only funny thing about listening to Juicy J is just like that old nigga still going to the kids club or something. That's the only thing it felt like.
I get that vibe. I get that vibe from
it. It felt so weird, like listening to it, because I was like, man, this nigga, he good at what he do. Is like he wasn't trying to be anything more than what Juicy J is, which I like. Mm-hmm. It just felt like, nigga, why are you still talking? Like, it was good, but part of it is like, why are you still talking about this now? Fucking bitches on the Molly go. Ooh. So I was just like, bro, you was a little too. You about to be on the verge of having a heart condition. But
right.
I thought it was real cool. I liked how it transitioned each song, and this is why I like it. This is why Meek Mill always get like the kudos to me, the Drakes, Big Sean's. Just why J. Cole gets so many knocks from me. He knows how to transition his songs on a, let's say, I ain't never took shrooms, but I've asked people about shrooms. It's a roller coaster. You go up, and you come down. J. Cole go all day. You don't even know what the vibe is. So the fact that he kept me in the vibe from when it started and when it ended, it kind of calmed it, as if, all right, y'all, we about to turn the lights off. I like that part. I really like the Logic song too. I didn't even realize it was Logic till I went back. I was like, this nigga spitting. And who was this? Mm-hmm. And then I always gotta remind myself Logic is. I know, but I always gotta remind myself Logic is black, right? So I was like, dang, I see white boy. And I was like, oh wait, that's Harlow. So
well, he jumped back and forth, which is part of the criticism.
Yeah, but I liked I think it was called 1995, and the other one he had, and then he had I thought it was good. I just thought it was good. I thought it was it wasn't too turned up. It wasn't like too serious. Like, it didn't take itself too serious. And I loved all his beats. I'm just like, yo, if he can stop this rapping thing now, but he better not stop the beats, because I felt like he had it. It was adequate.
Yeah, he's like a southern version to me of Kid Ink, which he hasn't really popped in a while for some reason. But like, Kid Ink's music is always one way, right? It's always turned up, and it's high level, and I mean, they're good songs. And I like the fact I like the consistency. But yeah, we both liked it.
Trent, what you think, dog?
I give him a dope, man. He's definitely that's his thing, man. He's a producer at heart, for sure. I mean, all the stuff that he's done in the past and even up to now, I mean, he stays consistent as far as, like, especially with his production. Me being a producer myself, I'm always gonna give props. I'm gonna give props and like kudos to all the producers that come out with music. And the reason why, especially with his albums flowing the way they do, I mean, that's one of the things for him being, like, you know, a producer. He understands the flow of an album. So he's definitely, you know, he definitely keeps his thing going. It's great that y'all mentioned Logic, man. I mean, those are some interesting concepts there. Yeah, because I always thought Logic spits. I mean, I'm just saying, but somebody else does not really know. Just really give him that kudos.
We got somebody on the line. I know.
Very interesting.
Maybe when you go up next and you explain, you know, that part, I want to hear your Logic take, because, you know, I hear from Joe Budden and I hear from Charlemagne. They really
sound like academics,
right? It's almost like it's like they don't want to call him whack because he's not. But and they both have said this out their mouths, right? Like, they're like, he's not a bad rapper, but it's like they don't want to embrace him. And I don't know if it's the colorism thing or like what it is, but I'm gonna let you say your dope or nope, and then I want to hear about your Logic take.
All right. So first, yeah, definitely a dope album. I think that, and I get your takes about him being a producer, because he's also he's a DJ as well. He was a DJ, so he knows, like you said, he knows how to make an album. He knows how to the flow, how to make a song or have the songs flow in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Because he know how to keep a party going. 1995. It's another one that we dedicated to the people who died.
Oh yeah.
I like that one. What was it?
I think it was it Pull Up.
Yeah, it might have been Pull Up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was, and I, what I was trying to think when I was going into the album, like, man, because like you said, I think he definitely has a serious drug habit. I'm sure he's been snorting cocaine probably since the 90s. Then he transitioned to Molly. I think he's trying to stay on weed now, but he definitely had some issues with drugs. But I was trying to figure out, like, what is the content is going to be like, you know what I'm saying? But he has some times where it was some good content in there, you know what I'm saying, in terms of like not different content for him. So I thought it was a dope album. So Logic, since we're gonna get into Logic. So listen, Logic's flow is dope. Like, he know how to stay in pocket on a beat. Crazy. Like, probably one of the best I've ever heard since probably Busta Rhymes. Like, he knows how to stay in a pocket with a beat. The problem that I have with him is that when I dissect what he's saying, it's like the words, I'd be like, that was a bad bar. Here's the thing, I'm a big bar fan. I'm saying, like, I love, I understand there's a difference between certain rappers who are not barred up, like I think we mentioned earlier, where, like your Talibs, like, sometimes you don't want to hear that. That's what I love about hip hop. There's certain categories, certain different rappers that I don't have to dissect. I just hit the club. I don't care what they say. I'm just, I'm saying, vibe to that. Logic is
Porter.
Right. So and I don't want y'all to think, because I like that type of music, that I'm a hater on any of those artists. I love them all. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them know where they belong. But Logic is a type of artist where he has a lot of, like, he talks about suicide and stuff like that, so he has a lot of content, his lyrics are very deep, right? But then when I started to get the connection of the bars, it'd be terrible bars. So I feel like he takes the fast flow and he makes that super dope. But then, it's kind of like he's overcompensating. You know what I'm saying? The flow is dope, but then when you start to dissect with the connection of the bars, I'd be like, that bar was kind of weak. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem that I have with him. I think, like you said, I'm not saying that he's whack. And because I have in my catalog, I got a lot of Logic. A lot of Logic.
Surprising.
I do. But because what I do is I go through every song. I'm literally going through all the albums in my title playlist, and I take off the songs that I like, and I just make one long big playlist. So that way, I'm always supporting my favorite artists. A lot of times when you get into an album, you may not listen to it again. Yeah. But I know on my playlist, and when I play it, I know I'm playing my favorite songs off that album all the time. So that's what I do. And I've been through Logic catalog, all of them. Okay. It's just I every album I caught the fact that these bars are not up to par, but his flow ridiculous. That's the only problem I have with him. That's it. Not saying he's whack. I'm just saying that the bar quality is not good, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Okay. That's all. Nothing wrong with him. But
so is he an MC?
He's an MC. Definitely.
I just wanted to make sure, man.
Yeah. So that's my Logic. That's my Logic. Let's move on to the next album, Meek Mill. Quarantine Pack. Yeah. I already know what Harrison think about the album. He already told me that it's lukewarm. Like he don't like. So
I'm on the same way.
Yeah,
if not, harsher.
It ain't championship.
Yeah, it's definitely not championship.
It's definitely not championship. I'll give you that one.
And it ain't like, I mean, if you're gonna do some throwaway songs, you could at least make them like the Demon one. What you call it? The one Drake did, and not like to hype them, or let's not even do Drake. The Baby. You know what I'm saying? The Baby only put out, what was it, like four? It was 4 songs too, right, Banks? It was 6 songs.
Yeah. But he is clearly those quote unquote throwaways or whatever they were. For me, they weren't throwaways from The Baby.
Mm-hmm.
I was
no, them weren't
anticipating something
throwaways.
else to happen.
I just meant like short songs, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or I guess
EP,
I just moved it to that one. Yeah. If you're gonna do that, I just felt like because I mean, the only song I really like on there was the second one, which was called Play or something like that. Plug In. Is it called Plug In or Play In? I think it's number 2.
I forgot the name. I forgot the name of that track though, man. But yeah, I feel
it
you on
is
that.
Pain Away with Lil Durk.
Damn, I was off. Let me see. Hold on. Meek. I hate to get I always do this when we like start recording. I be forgetting the name and everything.
Right.
In a way,
so that's why I had to have my phone out. But yeah, he has. I mean, it's 4 songs.
And I like
middle of it with
middle
Worry. I think that's how you say his name.
I like middle
Pain
of it
Away.
and the one with Dirk. Yeah.
Pain Away is dope. Pain Away is dope.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
But Meek is also
he was a 1
standard.
out of 4. He was a 1 out of 4 for me on this one.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do four songs,
that's really hard because you
gotta be your best.
It's got to be your best because the less amount of tracks
they are
you
weighted.
do,
yes,
it weighted very much heavily on those 4 tracks. Me, I like the first 2 joints on there. I really like his producer that I forgot the name of the dude, man, but it's the first producer he has signed to his label, and he's nice, dude. He's really nice. He's really nice. So he's definitely banging. I know for sure I know he was on the first track, which I was feeling because I was feeling that beat, and that second track, I think he did that one as well. I'm not sure, but yeah, he's
Yeah, Nick Paps on the first.
Yeah, Nick Paps is he's pretty nice, man. He's definitely nice.
Xander.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Nick Paps is the producer I'm thinking about.
Yeah, I mean, but it like I said, it's kind of hard. But like I didn't really didn't like it. Like I said,
yeah, me either. It's definitely not. I'm gonna give it a note too because it's not. It's from you coming from championships, and this is what we get. No. I'm like, you got to come harder than that, Meek. You got to come harder than that. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it's the same. Banks hold Drake to the same standard. Like if Drake puts something out, especially if he's singing, he automatically like tune it out. So it's like, I mean, like I said, the bar is really high for Meek. At least with me. You know what I'm saying?
He is a Meek fan.
So I took my break, but yeah, I'm a Meek fan. But I just feel that like Meek has progressively gotten better, especially since you can actually hear each stage of Meek's life that he's going through. He was on them drugs. He was jumping out the face. When he was in love with Nicki, you heard it on that album. When he got back single again, you heard it on, I think it was like 1942. I think that was the name of the album. And then, I love his storytelling, Tony's story, part 1, part 2, even part 3, even though I feel like the beat fucked it up because the beat on Tony's story, part 3, amazing. I'm sorry, Tony's story, part 2 is amazing to me. The one with the rain and everything. And then you get championships after you get out. You done rectified your career. You was actually talking about something while still like talking about reform.
Yeah, he had the grown man black business and all that stuff.
Right, yeah, exactly. And then like even his features on like Khaled album and all that type of stuff, he was still Meek. So to kind of put this out was kind of like I didn't get like how I got like Jeezy Recession 2 vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like I heard Recession 2 and I like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not holding it to the same standard of the first 3, 101, TM 101 to 103, but I'm holding it to where he is now and recognizing it. And I feel like Meek, you done did a good job of this, even when you was putting out the what was the one he did when he had his mugshot on the
I don't know that one.
It's a Dream Nightmares. That's not what's that?
Nah, it's the one he got his mugshot. It's like a little mix.
He already dropped it. Was it I think it was a mixtape, right?
Yeah, it was a mixtape. It was something minor, but he even then, like you could still like he's done better. I just put like a simple way of putting it. I hold him to a better standard. Okay. Yeah, it's because it's got the one with Lucci on there. It's got the one with.
Oh, you talking about Dream Chaser 4?
Yeah, that was it.
Is it? I'm trying to see this one when you like had the dread. Okay,
that's good. I forget. I only downloaded 4 songs on that. My bad. It was more songs that I only downloaded for. That's all. It's only okay. But yeah, Dream Chaser 4. Like he, you know what I'm saying? Like I hold him to a better. I know he could do better than. And like I said, he keeps me on a vibe. And I just kind of felt like the music that was coming out when he dropped that, he could have kept that shit. Because like I said, Jeezy album dropped, especially after the verses. The Baby album dropped his. Them 4 EPs by the Baby is like very powerful. I know his brother died, so probably snapped them back in. What was before the Jeezy one that it came? Oh, Lucci just dropped Wish Me Well 3. I've been begging that nonstop. So I just felt like he could have did better. People putting out a lot of good stuff.
Right, and that's the thing. Like, if your peers are dropping hot music, you gotta come with it. Just because you meet, don't mean you can drop anything, man. So I'm glad that y'all you hold them to a standard. You know what I'm saying? Because some people don't. They oh man, that was dope, and they know it was whack. You know what I mean? Like, like you can't do that. Like if you want your favorite artist to get better, you gotta hold them to a standard, man. Especially if you got a platform, that expresses that. So shout out to Meek. You can do a little better, dog. That's all we saying. You know what I'm saying? So the last album I want to touch on is the Status Selector album. I was really curious to see what y'all thought about this album. Static Selector is a producer. He's been out for a long time. He's been out for a while. What are y'all thoughts about the Static Selector album?
You remember that the movie Johnson Family Vacation when Bow Wow threw the CDs out the window?
Oh, wow. Hey,
wow. You just painted a very good picture. That's crazy.
What you didn't like about it?
Man, I'm gonna tell you what probably effed him up, right? If you knew, and I don't know what your song is already, like if you ain't like established like the box or something like that,
right?
I ain't trying to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? So he came on, and then it started, and then as soon as he opened his mouth, the window came down. I threw it out the window.
Dang,
so
that's cold.
So I was just like, man, look. I tried. It was just I just couldn't. Because if you don't have anything pre-established to me, I guess it's because, like you said, we 30. I ain't really into, like you told me to check out Jack Harlow, right? Somebody already played a song with Jack Harlow well before. It was the one he got with Bryson Tiller, off the previous album. So I had already had like an idea who dude was, but like if it's somebody I've never heard of and stuff like that, it's kind of really hard for me to figure out like what they song is. Like it took me, like I go back to Lucci, it took me like, I had to hear Patience like 10 times to like that song. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit got annoying. But like once it got established and my homeboy played it every day, I went back and I listened to Wish Me Well, and I listened to Wish Me Well 1, you know what I'm saying, Wish Me Well 2, and I listened to Wish Me Well, and now I'm a Lucci fan. But if you don't have anything pre-established for me, I don't know what you want me to know what your sound is. You a lyrical nigga? Is you a trap nigga? You talk about guns? You talk about drugs? You just gonna go out the window.
Got you. Banks, what you think, dog?
Man, that was one that we keep it 100 on your show. I did not get to. Okay. So I don't have an opinion. I've heard of the person before, but I don't know if I've heard any music from him before.
I'm going to on behind the scenes.
Yeah,
I want to hear what you think about it. So whenever you get a chance, listen to it. I want to get your opinion. Trent, what you think? Huh?
The same thing, man. I didn't get a chance to listen to that, man. I'm sorry, dude.
Well, I think it's dope. You know what I'm saying?
send me his audition song.
Yeah,
we'll give it
his audition song.
What's the song that you would send us to be like, okay, this is it. Yeah, send us that song.
I said, because that's how they introduced me to Jack Harlow.
Right, send us the introductory song. Yeah.
I got to give it. I know Jack Harlow is not on this list, but
I was about to mention
that
album, throw it in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that album nice. I played that from start to finish. Like,
same here.
I told with Trim, I was like, yo, I told him I had to drive here. So that was actually on the last 20-30 minutes I had to drive, right? So, and I could play that, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause it's a vibe again, you know what I'm saying? And he had like a lot of nice features on that.
That was a good album, bro. That was
But I had
and
already
it's
heard,
good
but
and short
I had
too.
already exactly good and short. It was 16 songs, 47 minutes. And then he had that song, and I had already heard Tyler Hero too, and I like Tyler Hero, and I heard the one he got the remix for, Was Happening. So he'd
Was
already had
popping,
three
yeah.
established
Yeah, it was
popping.
yeah.
He'd already had 3 established songs to me, to where like I would give a couple songs a chance, and if you know, but he gets 20 seconds, and I go to the next one. But luckily, I didn't have to do that with him.
The battles what got me. Not the battle. I'm sorry. The cipher.
I haven't heard his
He was
cipher.
in-
He sounded like he would be nice.
Yeah, he was on the BET cipher, and you know, when I heard, first of all, when Louisville came up, I said, "Oh, okay, let me see what he got." You know what I'm saying? Then the fact that he's white, okay,
Mm-hmm.
let me see. So white boy from Louisville,
Jeez.
let me see what you got. And man, I was impressed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the thing about it, he knows. You know, you ever meet, you look at somebody and you like, yo, this person is comfortable with who he is. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't trying to, he know he white.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He know he white, and he know, but you know, and he's confident in, like, for example, if you look on the album cover, correct me if I'm wrong, that's a black girl on the album cover.
Once you go black, you never go back.
You know what I'm saying? So,
in the
right.
yeah, in the thing with him in the limousine,
So,
I guess is what it is, or the
he
race,
white,
one of the two.
he white, he like black girls, you know what I'm saying? And so, and in this album, he just, like, you can tell that he, in certain songs, he gives you the struggle of how he got to that point. He ain't telling you, like, he's like, yo, I didn't just pop up overnight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in bands, we were going state to state, you know, performing for 8 people. You know what I'm saying? Like, but so he knows he's earned his spot and where he is right now. You know what I'm saying? And the beat selection is good. Like, I enjoyed this album, man. I would listen to a text and trim like, yo, bro, like, this is dope.
Especially some production from my boy Jesse May, because he did the What's Poppin' beat, and he did another track on there that I was surprised that he had done it. It was the one with the chorus. He had the chorus singing on there.
Oh, yeah.
He did that beat too.
That's
different,
another thing.
Very different.
You can tell a lot of his roots like in this album. You know what I'm saying? You know, kind of covered on top of like today's hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's pretty. I liked it, man. I liked it.
So when James texted me, he said he messed with it, and I had heard a couple songs, and I'm scrolling through the track list, and I'm like, he got Static Major.
Yeah, I know.
And I was like, okay, he's done some homework somewhere at some point. So that's just not a guy you just kind of throw on anything.
Yeah,
you gotta know. Intentional.
You definitely got to know who Static Major is, and but yeah, that was a nice feature right there. I really enjoyed that one. And
then I told James, and I, you know, he was like, out of everybody on there, that's who you pick out. I said, yeah, because Static died. He was like, he did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Right after he did Lollipop.
I did not know that.
He did Lollipop.
See, I knew it wasn't. I thought it was detail. I thought it was detail. Who was the one on 305 to My City? I thought that's who died. No, look, between everybody, look, all them in the same circle.
All them keep dying.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Soldier Slim, him. You know what I'm saying? Like, they all sound the same. Like, they good at what they do. I'm saying I remember them now, but I was like, I could have sworn that was a nigga from that 305 to My City who died. Mm-hmm. But
is Detail dead too?
That's who I thought was dead. I don't know.
Man. But yeah, Static died. I think right after Lollipop.
Yes, he did. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he died. Definitely RIP to Static Major. Static Major go back. Like he go back. Like he was around for a long time, even before he did Lollipop, some years.
Yeah, he did he did some Pretty Ricky, and then he had done some other stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Like, he's been around for a minute, man. So definitely shout out to all the artists that we
Jack Harlow. Mm-hmm.
Definitely Jack Harlow, like I said, he's definitely one of the newest that I'm excited to see come up. So listen,
real quick for you, a hot take.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people on my timeline and stuff, Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon 3.
I listened to that.
That's another one I haven't listened to yet. I got to listen to that one as well.
Okay.
I honestly, Kid Cudi.
Is he past his time or what?
I think he is, honestly.
Okay.
I mean, you know how like the album just went. It didn't have like, you know how you said like Juicy J has like, you know, a roller coaster ride of it just. You know
what was the analogy that you compared it to? I forgot what it was. You said something. It was just messed up.
It just popped in my head when I thought about it. Like, you know, if you're in the hospital, you like you hear that, hit the machine, go beep, beep, beep. That's how the album sound. It was just, beep.
You
know what I'm saying? He was like, it's like
roll that window down.
Right. I'm like, man, this I can't do it. Now, you know, it sound like one of them, like a dude who is trying to keep up with the times. It's not any Kanye production on it. I didn't see any. So you know, that album, like I said, it's one of those albums that might be for somebody else, just not for me. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I tried to give it a shot because I was a huge Cudi fan, you know, in the beginning. But I think like you agreed, it's just like you're a little too late to the, you know what I mean? Like you kind of too late to come back in our graces, Cudi. Like I get it if you do, I'm cool with Cudi if he's doing any of sort of the harmonizing on other people's things and other collaborations. I don't know if I really wanted this album from him.
Yeah,
especially with Man on the Moon, the first one,
right? Exactly,
being so amazing, like production and storytelling and the way it flowed and broke down.
Jay's crazy. That boy Jay's crazy, man. You don't like the album? You don't like Kid Cudi?
Yo, you don't mess with Cudi?
I never listened to the first album. No, I didn't. Okay. He just. So like I thought it was on single person view, so I didn't know y'all could see me doing all this head movement.
I switched back and forth on the views though. So
okay, so I didn't know you could see it. What's that Kid Cudi deserve? What's that one black dude that's like throw in the damn towel? That's what somebody should have did for him. But,
Rocky.
Yeah, the black dude. That's what his ass needs for that. But that's cold. I just felt like so I couldn't get into Kid Cudi because I felt like I didn't care about mental the depressive stuff he wanted to talk about. I ain't saying all was depressive. Like I only like to heard him say, and then he wasn't, when I was transitioning to my black, he wasn't the black I was trying to be, if that makes sense. You get what I'm saying? Like I wasn't like the Wiz Khalifa black. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying like it's bad black or whatever. It's just kind of like I was going more towards let's go more urban way. You know what I'm saying? Like not saying like I still didn't do what I did, but it's just like what he was talking about, like he said,
he was just a little too alternative. He was too alternative.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I couldn't think. I was trying to stretch that out to find the word alternative. I couldn't think of the word, but yeah, he was too alternative for me. He wasn't like the lane I wanted to be in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I still wanted to get hype. I still wanted to do hood rat things with my friends, and he wasn't talking about hood rat things. You know what I'm saying?
With the little cigarette, what's doing the little chubby kid? That's where that came from, right?
Yeah. I think as he got older too, it got worse. Like he started doing worse things. Yeah. But I just wanted to ask that question.
Yeah, Kid Cudi. Shout out to Kid Cudi. I mean, I respect his art and what he does. I'm not a huge fan, but you know, sometimes you can just kind of step back and say, you know what, I respect that. All right, you know what I'm saying? That's how I am. You know what I'm saying? So listen, we're going to transition a little bit into the main topic, but you know, we got the segment we have called "Rip from the Headlines," right? So we pretty much just take a topic and we just talk about it. So November 30th was the anniversary of when Tupac was shot at Chord Studios. Yeah, do y'all know about that? Y'all really like versed on that? Like what happened?
Yeah, that was when he went downstairs. He was in the recording studio with Biggie and something like that. And some niggas try to rob him. And that's the one you're talking about, right?
All right, yeah, exactly.
He thought Biggie set him up. He thought Biggie set him up. So yeah, he went downstairs. He was in the recording studio. No, Biggie was already at the recording studio, and Pac was coming up.
Right.
So, and all this is going off the Notorious movie.
No. Tell the real truth. It's all going off the Tupac movie that we all went with his mama to go see.
No, that was
All Eyes on Me.
That was Notorious.
Also
I think that might have been it.
That was Notorious.
Which one that was in?
That was Notorious when John Cena. Anyway, so yeah, so no, when he went down there, he called him up. I went and looked it up later, but yeah, the reason why is he thought he set him up when he was going in the elevator. Some people robbed him, shot him in the elevator. Next thing you know, they get into their beef, fuck them, and then Biggie drop, "Who shot you?" Not too long after.
Right. I mean, and this is where the legend of Tupac begins. Like this is within the year of what the legend, meaning. So all right, so let me, because I remember this as when I was younger, and I did some research and everything. So at this time, the rape case is happening, right? Pac was on trial for rape. He also that day, like actually, he was coming from doing a freestyle with this with this DJ named Ron G, which was very popular. So he came from doing that freestyle, and him and his crew was coming. These some real dudes. I ain't even gonna mention their name, but they was walking in the studio. Lil C's saw Pac, and Big is a part of this crew too, by the way. That Pac is rolling with. So really, it's really thug life, but it's called something else. So he was like, "Yo, Big up there." He was like, "Yeah, I'm tell Big you downstairs. You gonna come down? Just come up to the studio session." So, mind you, prior to this, Pac was rolling with some dudes that Big was telling him like, "Yo, nah, don't rock with them. Like you lived in New York, but you ain't been here in a long time, so you don't really know how these dudes get down." You know what I'm saying? So Pac and his crew roll up in the studio. So when they buzzed him in, somebody came right behind them. Soon as they get into the elevator, they pretty much tell them to lay down. You know what I'm saying? Pac had all this jewelry. Pac had about like $75,000 worth of jewelry, something crazy like that on him. Even though he ain't had that much money, but he had a lot of jewelry on him. So they told him like, "Yo, get down." A lot of them wouldn't get down. Now, what happens is that, and this dude that tells the story that Pac used to practice this thing where he used to pull a gun out, like he used to hang the Naughty by Nature stickers on his wall. He used to pull a gun out, turn around, and shoot at the wall. Right? He was pretty accurate with that. He was going to try to do that. So what he did is that he tried it. These dudes, according to the person that was there, was some real gangsters. Like they were probably trained in how to shoot. So Pac tried to do that. He tried to turn around and shoot. Pac, in the process of that, Pac gets shot in the hand. And he gets shot in the head. Luckily, the bullets go under his skin. You know what I'm saying? So, but then he also, because he got shot in the hand, he shot himself. So we got 2 bullets in the head. We got I think he got shot maybe in the arm somewhere. I forget. He got another shot in his hand, and he got one in his groin. Right? Now, everybody knows, most people know, like if you in the elevator and 2 people are sticking you up, just give it up, dog. You know what I mean? Like, that's his eyes.
You cornered, man. You ain't got no much room to play around with.
And on top of that, you shooting, and you might end up hitting one of your mans. You know what I'm saying? So here's the other crazy part. So another dude is telling the stories that he says, so that all that happens, they shoot him, they shot another dude in the stomach, I think, and they run out. So Pac, the dude runs out, and he sees his lady. Now you gonna hear gunshots, right? The lady was like, "Yo, Did you see where those dudes go? She says, I don't know nothing. He said, nigga, I ain't asked you that. Did you see where the dudes went? So he just kind of tried to find out where they went. The police is right outside the door. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
That the police is outside the door. So he said that the police are sitting there and they were just smirking. You know what I mean? Like they just smirking that dude, like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all not, but I'm sure y'all heard these gunshots. You know, so long story short, Lil C saw all this happen as he was getting shot, as he was getting robbed. C's go back upstairs and tell Big and them. So by the time Big and them would get to the elevator, Pac is already, he's on his way up, bleeding. Pac already got the rape case, but he got a gun on him. Big took the gun, hid the gun, and then he walked out with the gun. He was like, you know what, I'm just gonna take the gun with me. So he walked out with the police in the front. He walked out with the gun. But when Pac goes to jail after the rape case, because he had a case like I think like the following day or the day after. So Pac goes to jail, and then he tells everybody that Big set him up. You know what I mean? So that started because Pac got shot in the head. I guess maybe he was kind of like a little off, but that started the East Coast West Coast beef because Suge bailed him out.
What started the East Coast West Coast beef was that fake ass 3-page draw that nigga tried to do in the elevator. I would have been mad. I'm gonna set it off and then turn around some shit you practice on the wall.
He cheddar bobbed himself.
That's what a lot of people. That's what a lot of people saying. They're talking about everybody like, man, he cheddar bobbed himself. But you know,
I think I gotta let that part of the story go. If you gonna tell that bad Dave like, hey, you gotta let that part go.
The dude was. I mean, the dude was saying he was just gonna go out like a G. He was pretty much that was the way Pac was gonna go out. He said, if I'm gonna go out,
like, I got this.
Right.
That nigga did more damage to himself than the niggas that shot him.
Right, but it's in the elevator, right? So I'm like, yo, you might have let that one go, though.
He just did a movie with Q on the elevator. He ain't learned.
Right. Remember he shot at Q and he tried to shoot Q in the elevator.
Yeah, he wasn't that much space there.
Exactly.
But that situation started pretty much that was like the prequel of his death. You know what I'm saying? Like that once again, that's the legend of Pac. Like he survived 5 shots. You know what I'm saying? And that situation alone was kind of like for his career, it kind of brought him to another level, you know, with the whole jail situation and everything. Then he turned around and you know, unfortunately get shot again. But you know, I'm gonna tell you something, the eerie part about this. Here's the other part that's crazy. So he has a boy named Stretch, right? I don't know if you ever hear him mention Stretch in his songs. Stretch was on that elevator, right? So he was on the scene when Pac got shot. Stretch died literally the same day that situation happened, a year later.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he literally died on November 30th. Like, you know what I'm saying? That like almost around the same time. Like, so Pac has a lot of people. That's crazy. Like Pac has a lot of people that died that was around him. You know, like even prior to before that, like he was running with some real dudes. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. Like, I don't know. We can get into the conversation about Pac all day. Like, I just don't know why he was so reckless. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like he was reckless, man. And he was just a wild boy. Like he had so much energy. Like a lot of people were like, yo, like smoke this weed. Like, yo, you need to smoke something. Cause you too wild. You know what I'm saying? Fighting. He getting.
How old was he? 20 what? What was he?
At that time?
At that time, yeah.
23, maybe.
Oh, so okay. Appropriate.
Goodness.
Yeah.
23 and wild. Yeah.
He was wild, man. He was a wild boy, but you know, but also he's bred by Panthers.
Yeah.
He's
an old soul at the same time.
He's a very layered like it's a lot of layers to him, man, that you be like, bro, like but needless to say, you know, unfortunately, Pac is, you know, it's as much as he worked, and he was a very hard worker. He's one of those people who is on that long list of people who have been slain in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I looked it up. It's about 49 rappers. 49 rappers who was murdered. You know what I'm saying? And you know, on the path of trying to make things, you know, better for themselves. And
since Tupac?
Right. Well, actually, no. Pac, not since Tupac, altogether.
Oh, okay.
Altogether, it's about 49 rappers. The first rapper to ever die in hip hop was Scott LaRock. From,
I remember that name.
BDP, right, from KRS-One crew. And since then, 48 other rappers have died. So that brings us to our topic. You know what I'm saying? Bullets ain't got no name. You know what I'm saying? And I chose that, first of all, RIP to Nipsey Hussle, the great Nipsey Hussle. He you know, man, he did a lot for the culture in the years that he was here. You know what I'm saying? And it reminds me of the fact that it doesn't matter who you are. You can be anybody. You can catch a bullet. You know what I'm saying? Don't think money doesn't exclude you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can catch it. My question to you guys is what do you think is the cause of all of these deaths of people being murdered? Like, what do you think has happened? Because, you know, at one point, hip hop was not, you know, at this point where you killing people, you taking whatever's happens in the studio, and then you bringing it to your, you know, to your face. It might be it might be a fight or something like that, but people actually they killing people who, you know, I always say that it's like, you know, when you become famous, it's like a automatic black election, right? That happens, and people elect you to be the one to go out there, get the bag, and then bring it back to the community and try to build it up, right? But we killing these people. What do you think is happening? Why you think this is happening?
I don't think it's really nothing new. I just think that they just happened to catch a couple big people. Well, one big person, that was Nip. XXX Tentacion got robbed at the light. Pop Smoke told niggas where he was at. I ain't really listened to King Von for I only really heard about him after he died. I think it just got overshadowed by the niggas that was dying from drugs. But I think it's kind of been like the same. I don't think it's really ever really just changed. I just think that with the stupidity of people always posting or putting up, you know what I don't get? I don't know if this will be the real question. Why is the niggas that don't need to die dying, but niggas like Tekashi still alive? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't get the logic of who they killing versus how they kill. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get why Nip get killed by a weak nigga, but yet Tekashi told on all y'all and he's still alive. You know, it's the same with Zimmerman and stuff like that. I don't get people's logic on what code is people breaking. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't get that more than I am surprised about the actual deaths. I'm more surprised of how the niggas that are alive still alive. You know what I mean? Versus that one. I mean, because it doesn't seem like anything new. Honestly, if you were really to go back, like that one dude, I didn't know who he was, who got shot in Dallas until he got shot in Dallas. I didn't know who King Von was until he got shot. I think what it is, I think that what we seeing is the newer people are in the front light, because all our niggas we grew up with, minus Nipsey, is alive. You know what I'm saying? I think just with these new niggas, they just reckless. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. They the normalized generation. And I don't really think they doing anything different. I think that Merlin Santana got murdered at the light by a lion chick. You feel what I'm saying? Like Romeo from Steve Harvey or whatever you know him from.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like I think that like people get popped all the time. I just think that we finally cooled down on popping our people, and now it's they turn to pop they people. If that makes sense, it sounds kind of fucked up, but I just think it's they turn to kill they niggas, and we.
What you mean by they? Who is they?
That generation.
Oh, okay.
That generation. It's time for them to act reckless and kill they niggas, and we kind of did that because, like you said, we lost Soldier Slim. He got shot, right?
Yeah.
We lost Dobie.
Oh,
we lost.
That hurt, bro. When I heard
we
Dobie.
lost. Who else did we lose? Banks.
Chinks,
I'm trying to.
Chinks.
Who? Oh, Chinks. Yeah.
We lost Chinks. We lost Lil Snoop over an Xbox game. So I just think it's their turn to kill they niggas, honestly. Because like I said,
okay, so you seem like you. I mean, I'm sorry. To me, it sounds like you're saying it's just kind of almost a effed up evolutionary.
That's what it sounds
happening right now.
Yeah, because I mean, like y'all forgot about them people I said until I said them. Because we had the same thing. If you think about it, we had the same thing for our people. We just they just took out Nip. You get what I'm saying? But like I said, Lil Snoop was the same way. Lil Snoop had the same promise. Dobie. Who was the nigga who used to sing that one song? Not Two Pistols. Who the fuck is that? Left, right.
We forgetting Jam Master Jay also. Jam Master Jay.
We don't forget him, but that's not our generation. But I mean, Marvin. If that's case, then Marvin Gaye got shot. But I'm just saying, like, as in, like, it's just whenever they get to around their 20s or whatever, life and death is the only way to command respect. So you got to pop a nigga to get some type of clout. And I just think that once you get past the age of 27, 28, and you realize how dumb this shit is, you kind of learn how to get people with the roses while they are. But you don't realize early on that, like I said, Lil Snoop got killed over an Xbox game. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the mentality. So I just think that, like I said, they just going through they termination of they niggas. Now, I feel like they are overhyping some of the niggas that died, and I feel like they are like XXX Tentacion, know anything that he put out. Juice WRLD killed himself. I mean, you can throw him in either one. But now, you forget the niggas that killed themselves off of drugs. I hated when we lost Mac Miller. I hated when Mac died.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, but it was self-inflicted. So I just feel like I said, they going through their own trials of extermination, and then they'll realize it when they be like, damn, we really killed these niggas and we could have, like, it wasn't that deep.
Do you guys think for that in some way, some shape or form, that there's probably like an underlying a deeper thing at work, like possibly like, like some kind of like
the white man
government interaction to where, like, it's kind of being strategized to where it's like this stuff is like, strategically being placed to where some of these people are being like, assassinated.
I won't lie to you. Watching Snowfall, it'll sound like a joke, but watching Snowfall, you'll really start to think that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you watch, I mean, Banks, you get why I'm using that reference, right? Like seeing that, yeah, like seeing like how or watching what they do in Tulsa or what they did in Philly. You feel what I'm saying? It's not hard to believe. Or we can go back to the Black Lives Matter shit. You feel what I'm saying? How did they divide us? They try to get us to go.
Oh, with the agent provocateurs coming in and busting the windows. So, okay,
yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't be personally surprised. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it's not Black Lives, it's Black trans lives. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Not to get it to where like they try to flag y'all stuff, but I mean, just in general, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if people, because ultimately at the end of the day, we are the most racist race. We are way more racist than we want to give ourselves credit for. And we expect way more from each other than we give for the opposite race. You know what I'm saying? Like, we always want we will never top the white man. But if a nigga say, who is you talking to? You'll go kill that man. You know what I'm saying? Right. But you'll let Zimmerman live, but then you'll go kill Nip on his block. You know what I'm saying? That's just kind of like how we condition. So I wouldn't be surprised to answer your question if in the cereal or some shit like that. It wouldn't surprise me at all. I don't think so. It got to be confirmed for me to believe it, but it wouldn't like stop the presses for me. I wouldn't be surprised if they like that December 21st shit. I wouldn't be surprised if we all had to have our, if it was true, I wouldn't be surprised if we all had to have our vaccines by December 20th. You know what I'm saying? So like, if y'all haven't heard, December 21st is like when Black people's immunes in their system and blood, that's when we are at our apex of like strength and superiority.
Really?
So
wow.
That's the joke.
That's crazy.
That's the joke that's been going on Twitter. I'm not saying it's
I have
true,
not heard that one.
Going on Twitter
that's
is basically new. Like, have you seen like online where everybody talking about December 21st, December 21st?
I have not heard that. That's new for me. That's new. That's crazy.
So basically on December 21st, that's, I don't know if it's like the moon align or something, but basically like we'll be at our peak strength. It's almost like we'll have superpowers. So they said, don't be surprised if the government do something or whatever to where we couldn't like hide that or tap it and they know it. So
that's
I always
crazy.
feel like, so I'm not, white people know what they're doing.
Because that's crazy. Because that concept and that idea came to me just sitting back and thinking, and also hearing about a book that was mentioned. That was actually mentioned on the it was actually mentioned in the T.I. and the Goody Mob episode on Expeditiously, Behold a Pale White Horse. And I actually put that on my reading list to try to read, man. But it's talking about a lot of things behind the scenes as far as like, that's like, things that makes you want to open your eyes to what's going on, especially in this country, of things of this kind of strings is being pulled along behind the scenes that we're not necessarily aware of. So, but yeah, it's definitely just makes you wonder.
Yeah, that book, I want to say that's that book that, all of the people in my neighborhood used to, have us try to go read. You know what I'm saying? Like, in New York, you bump into a lot of, 5%ers and, and you going, whether you like it or not, you're going to get some knowledge. You know what I'm saying? They going to try to get you, to understand some things. And I think that's one of the books that, that they asked us to read. Even because if you look at even Prodigy, Prodigy was the first one to say that whole Illuminati. Well, he was the first person to mention Illuminati, and that's because back in New York, that was what the 5%ers and everybody used to kind of tell us about. Like so he was the first one to mention it, and from there, everybody, was talking about that. So yeah, I mean that I remember. I think I remember that book. Banks, what you think, bro? What is your thoughts on that?
Man, that's such a wide question. You could take it a bunch of places. I want to align myself with what James is saying. It is some sort of screwed up evolutionary thing where it's just like their turn to eliminate the people that they're not cherishing. And then I also could piggyback off of what our man is saying about if there is anything going on in the background, any sort of agents going on. But I guess I was kind of settled on, Black people, we got a lot of dusty members in our society. And I feel like we need to learn how to exercise those people out of our circle, right? Like I think that's probably the main thing for me. It's like you get all the like James said, Nip, Dusty, person got rid of him. All these people, I don't know who killed none of these people. You know what I mean? Like I don't know who killed Vaughn. I don't know who killed Soulja Slim. I don't know who killed, what's our man on the Jeezy song?
Bankroll. That's who I couldn't think.
I don't know who killed Bankroll. Like I don't know who killed these people, but yet they've transitioned or they've been assassinated, I should say. And I just feel like we need to focus on those people who committed the crime. Like how do we get you out of our neighborhoods? How do we get your offspring or your breed of individuals out of the area instead of being so sad and rightfully so being so sad about the loss. But my mind at this point, since we've had so much loss, it's like, well, how did you infiltrate our area? You know what I'm like?
Exactly.
That's what my questions are now. Like, how did you infiltrate the clique and got so close to Bankroll, or got so close to these people that have passed? You know, that's the real issue for me. We just gotta get these people out of here. And that's my point is real short.
Mm-hmm. How y'all can break down a key, spot a cop, do all this shit, but you can't see a nigga with hoe in their blood. Right. But I think the easiest, it'll sound funny, but it's more serious. I think the easiest depiction or example I would say is, have y'all seen the new Superfly?
I've seen that one. I did not. I was going to watch that, man.
If you watch it, I don't know, Banksy. It's worth it. I would say, if you want an easy example of what we talking about, watch the main character that got into it with Superfly, and I feel like that's the epitome of what we were saying. Like, if you watch it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's basically just hate. It's unprovoked. It's this, and then it leads to war or bullshit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically like the story of how the shit like you said, how you get them people, how does that happen, how does this person get here? That's the story. Like, it's something so small, and the big dude even had to tell him at the beginning, like, yo, chill out, before Superfly even came in. So, you know, you see the toxic traits, but yet because that's Pookie or because that's somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, or like, what's the Meek Mill song? Tony's Story, the first one. He killed Tony because Tony was selling a whole bunch of shit. Come to the funeral, like, oh, I got this, we gonna find him. You killed Tony the whole time off of some hating shit. You get what I'm saying? So, like, that's, you know, I know it's a music podcast. I feel like that's an easy way to bring it back. Like, he killed that nigga because he seen he was making money. He was chilling with it. He wasn't doing nothing extra. You kill Tony, take his shit, start flossing on his ass. You know what I'm saying? But you was shaking his hand, kissing his mama, and all that type shit. So yeah, it's just, we don't do a good. We know who the niggas are, but we still let them live. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, we gotta evict their ass.
That is honestly, I hear what y'all saying, because I feel like maybe this is just a reflection of our neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Like, reflections of what we deal with. Because at the end of the day, in my neighborhood, they were like, yo, such and such killed such and such. You think somebody's saying something, or you think they're gonna be walking around the neighborhood like it ain't nothing? You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's the problem also, where like our neighborhoods, like, okay, it shouldn't happen to where our neighborhoods condone it, because the moment where we allow something like that to take place in our neighborhoods and we know who did what, and we don't, you know, address it and bring them to the forefront and hold them accountable, we're accepting it. So I think honestly, that's the first step of, you know, just like, you know, getting a handle on it. It's like when something like that happens and the neighborhood wants to cover up and say, I don't know nothing, or they allow these people to like still walk around in broad daylight and not be held accountable for what they did, that's a wrong. So I think, you know, until we as a community start coming together saying hey, we do not accept this, you will be brought to justice and held accountable for this, then of course it's going to continue to go on. And then, like, you know, we can't rely on like the police to be like, you know, to be our, you know, our saving grace to try to help bring justice to it. Because I mean, long story, I mean, let's keep it a buck. They want to see us exterminate ourselves anyways. I mean, that's making it easy for them.
Mm-hmm. Right. So it sounds like to me, it's like you almost, and we don't, you know, for anybody listening, it's not we condoning this type of activity. I want to let that be known, right?
Exactly.
It's almost like you're hypothetically saying we need some like mafia mob type of hierarchy, where if you violate, you know, then you get dealt with internally. You know what I mean? And then nobody knows about it again. And then it's like, well, you know, and it's kind of like a scare tactic too. It's like, you know, you violated and we took care of you behind the scenes, you know, left the dead horse, you know, did all the whole stuff from the, you know, did the Godfather-like things. And I feel like anyway, that's why those type of organizations, you know, are still running, you know, probably not at the same capacity as forever ago, but I mean, somebody's still in charge of something.
Right.
And it's because they hold each other accountable to like the T. Like, you cannot do these things. You cannot break these rules and be a part of the community.
Exactly.
And like you're saying, I feel like we let people skate
too easily
all the time. Yeah.
And I'm not saying going around like be a vigilante and kill them, but no, I'm like
you
bring them to justice. I'm like, y'all are just letting them, you accepting them still in your community, just walking around and just, okay, that's acceptable. Oh yeah. But then the family that has been like the victims of this, you want to crowd around them and hug them and try to comfort them, but yet you allowing this whoever the murderer is or whoever did this crime go skate free and there's nothing done with them. Like, no, excommunicate them about it. Like, stand out like you did it. You did it. Point them out. Don't hide them.
Here's the problem with what you're saying. See, well, first of all, understand that these people that we're mentioning, this is rap, right? This is rap music. So what does that mean? This person he's struggled with himself and said, you know what? I am going to stop what I'm doing right now. And I'm going to focus on doing better for myself. Right? Now, here's one of the things that Black people struggle with. Survivor's remorse. We don't like to leave our people in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't want to do it because you came up with me. So I gotta bring you with me. That could be looked at as hustling backwards. Because you just said to yourself, you know what? I am going to stop what I'm doing and I'm going to do better. But then you bring the same people that you were doing bad with you.
Exactly.
Right? So now, though you're making money in a different way, you still bring in a lot of problems because at the end of the day, these people over here don't got the record deal. They don't have the skill set that you have. So now you either got to take care of them or they gonna go out there and get it the way they know how to get it. You know what I'm saying? But on the flip side, also, your persona might be, hey, I'm a street nigga, you know what I'm saying? I ain't leave the streets, What you think is gonna happen? Like at the end of the day, street niggas they've been in the game for a very long time. Mafia ran, I don't know about now, but back in the 60s, they ran the industry.
Oh yeah, New York especially. I watched the Netflix documentary on how heavy they were involved in all these parts of New York and the construction companies and everything.
Yeah.
Right. So you talk about
like Kansas City too. I learned that from Ozark. Kansas City, I had to look that up. Yeah. Kansas City, they was up in that thing bad.
The blues artists, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these people, they were taking publishing from a lot of these artists. I just my personal opinion or the alleged story that I'm hearing, like, you think about Sam Cooke.
Oh yeah, his mysterious death. Yeah.
Mysterious.
You talk about, Sam Cooke was an entrepreneur. He was an independent artist.
Had the fro before the fro was a thing.
And it was neat too. That thing he had that joint. Using some berries in that thing. I don't know what he was
using some berries.
Yeah, man. Like that joint was neat. But he was from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? And he used to do the Chitlin circuit, but Chicago is a black, it was a city that was full of black entrepreneurs. So that's all he knew is how to go get it. You know what I'm saying? He can go get it on his own. But these mafia people was like, listen, we run this industry. We like you, but you have to come up some of that bread.
Yeah.
That's just how it was back then. So, a lot of people think that because, he wasn't really trying to hear that, they came and murdered him. You know what I mean? Like that, there's a lot of stories I can go on, even like Donny Hathaway. You know, a lot of people think that Donny Hathaway was killed by you know, some mafia people because he wasn't trying to come. They were trying to steal his music. And allegedly, they say he committed suicide and threw himself off the balcony. But they said that the glass was neatly cut out. The one that he jumped out of. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of street. The point of me saying all of that is that street people been in this game for a long time. So
yeah,
I think in the mindset sometimes, in order for you to survive and actually, you know, stay close to who you are, they bring in their own street niggas. You know what I'm saying? And that, but there's pros and cons with that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's tough. I just hate to hear that so many young people that I didn't get a chance to really hear are like all of a sudden just shot down. You know what I mean? Like it's just crazy. What do y'all? You know, I want to talk about what you just talked about in terms of cleaning up. I guess the people who like the dusty people. Because that's important. You know what I'm saying? Because there are people that are infiltrating. You know what I'm saying? They hate us, which to me is the worst murderer ever. You know what I'm saying? Like just hated people just hating on you because of what you got. You know what I'm saying? I mean, murder is bad, but come on, dog. Get your own. You know what I mean? What do y'all say? Is that necessary? If so, how do you do that? You know what I'm saying? How do you wrestle with the fact that you got to leave your niggas, you got to leave your people behind? Because that's what you got to do.
I mean, you gotta go get E2 Brutus tattooed on you somewhere because I just think the easiest. I mean, it's easier to say for myself at least, and I know it's probably Banks. It's just I think we learned blood is not always a saving factor. You know what I'm saying? So, I would guess I can say they watch too many fucking movies. They go through too many codes and shit like that to not see this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I say this all the time. Like they don't write TV shows about characters, whether they be male, female, love, personalities, off of some shit they made up. This ain't Twilight where you making a picture of diamond skin for vampires. You got lucky. This is like personal traits. These are personality traits. And if your favorite movie is Scarface, or you watch New Jack City, I mean, New Jack City is a lot of people's go-to movie for the Carter. He killed his brother. Him and my brother keep you feel what I'm saying? If you went to high school, you read A Mouse and Men. He shot Lenny in the back of the head. If you look at Juice, Bishop, they had killed Bishop. They all grew up together. If you look at I mean, I don't know.
Paid
I can
in
go
full.
through this all day.
Yeah.
Paid in full. Yeah. I mean, I could go through this. I could do this all day. You feel what I'm saying? If you do Boys in the Hood, probably not Boys in the Hood, but Menace to Society. You know what I'm saying? He got killed fucking with old girl he got killed by the Clifton Powell. I think that's his name. But these are all their staples of biography. These are their Langston Hughes. These are their Frederick Douglass biography. These are their Zaire Hurst. I think I said her name wrong. Zora Neale Hurston. Yeah. Sorry. There you go. And so it's like, I mean, shit. We can go to Nerd Talk. Pettigrew. He told on Harry and the parents. That's the whole reason the motherfucker's dead. So I'm just saying, like, it's everywhere. So it's just like I don't get why this is such a hard thing to come by. You get what I'm saying?
Like
keep your circle small. Keep your circle small. Just know that if at the end of the day, envy is on anybody, and know that never put anything past anybody. You could make this very simple. You should know that if you make money, somebody around you is envious of it. Even if it's not true, you'd be better off thinking that because it keep your ass alive. You should know that eventually, from looking at every group, the lead singer always goes solo, or the background singers never feel like they get enough shine. You feel what I mean? So it's not too many of the Woods. You get what I'm saying? Where you macking and hanging and stay together. It's more of paid in fools. So I just don't get like they so educated on everything else. It should be easy to figure out like why they you got the code right there. You should be able to count every flaw.
You know what it is,
I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you a couple of things that I was kind of thinking about too. One, that I feel like a lot of these rappers are getting extorted. They coming in with muscle. And I feel like maybe, you know, certain situations people might owe people money. You know what I'm saying? And that is like being like these rappers, like, cause that's the way 6ix9ine came in. 6ix9ine
Snowfall. Lenny killed his best friend because Franklin told him. So I mean, like that's even current.
But see, people think it's not gonna happen to them.
That's every storyline. That's what I don't get either. Every storyline is the same thing.
But you know,
ain't gonna be me though.
But you know what? You know how people are. They like, man, I see how that happened, but I'm gonna move different.
Mm-hmm.
That's every other storyline. He ain't gonna catch me slipping.
But you know that's the thing though. I mean, like a lot of these people, man, they just, I don't know, man. You get money, and you just, I don't think they understand when you get money, you gotta move different.
You do. Because if you want different for yourself, whatever you were doing before, you can't do that when you're trying to move in different directions and trying to move different for yourself. Like, be honest with you, man, you're not going to be able to personally save everybody from where you came from. You gotta have you gotta have the people with the same type of mindset that you have around you, so you can help elevate them to a better place. And you know, eventually, you know, as you help those as you can and uplift those with the same mindset, they'll do the same thing. And eventually, you know, everybody, they will get to their own path, and it's gonna have to break down to where the ones who really want better for themselves, they're gonna have to think differently for themselves as well. So that's the only way you get out of that, because you know, you can take people out of a situation, but what will keep them trapped in there is their mindset. So if their mindset is the same way, you can't free them. That's going to be a struggle that they're going to deal with themselves. You can inspire them, but it's going to be on them where, like, you know, if they want better for themselves, they're going to have to want to do better.
But see, here's the thing though, y'all. When was the last time you heard a rock star getting shot by somebody in his entourage? You know what I'm saying? It seemed like that's why I wanted to talk about that, because it seemed like it's just happening to us.
Mm-hmm.
Like they died of drug overdoses. They know one day they've been using drugs since the 60s. You know what I'm saying? Like most of the time they just die of drugs, but us, it's murder, man. And I guess maybe it's just, I don't know. Maybe is it just a reflection of who we are? You know what I'm saying? Is like, how do we explain that? You know what I'm saying? That it's rappers is being murdered like that. Like that's a tough pill to swallow. You know what I'm saying? When you look at it.
It's just because we've been conditioned to instigate. We've been conditioned to be instigated. I bet you won't hit his ass. Who won't? You know what I'm saying? I think we built on pride and reaction just because we deem respect, but we don't require it from everybody. It's just the people who look just like us. And I just think that's like the easiest way to put it. Like I said, the only time you hear the color of murder is when it's black people, but everybody else get murdered. So it's just how they condition. It's just this, and it's just an easy focal point. But like you said, they kill themselves. You just don't hear about it. Trust me, they kill themselves. They do it to the extreme. They kill the whole family.
Right.
Chris Benoit put his whole family in a crippled crossface, but he hung himself on a crossbow. Well, I mean, on both legs. So I mean, like they do it. It's just be way more extreme.
Some things makes the cracking up.
So I said he put his whole family in a crippled crossface.
I know. Wait, hold up. Facts. Did he really put him like? I know he killed his family, but did he really put him in a crippled crossface?
I don't know.
He's stupid.
Mentally, something was wrong with that man right there, man.
He was on the steroid. He was on those steroids, man.
I mean, but yeah, that's essentially how they take out all their loved ones. So
yeah, I don't want to put this on us. I push back on that. I don't think it's us. I think that, like James said, they are more violent. We are historically peaceful.
I agree with you on that.
And so I think there's a lot of violence that goes. I mean, somebody just got some white woman, and you know they love their animals. Some white woman here just got arrested for mistreating animals. You know what I mean? Had 2 squirrels, a blind owl, all this stuff. You know, we hear about all these white people or these non-black people who have all these kids kidnapped in the basement. You know, barely feeding them. You know, stuff like that. Like, so I don't shoulder the fact that for somebody to say that we are, you know, more violent or that we are this or more that. I don't buy that.
Which I agree.
They are the more violent ones.
No, I agree with you on that because I always say we're the most loyal and non-violent people that you're going to meet. But what I'm saying is, I'm just speaking about genres of music. I'm not even talking about because listen, that you know,
but if you're saying it's a reflection, that's what I was going off of. You were saying it's a reflection.
That's the question. That's what I'm saying. That's the question because I honestly I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Like is it a reflection of you know? And maybe because the thing about it, even if it is a reflection of our neighborhood, you know, like we were purposely put in these positions. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And
purposely,
and
strategically
to be this way. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it would if it is, it should be. We should be honest about that. One and really dig deep because just finding out about just rappers dying, that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How do we, it's a lot of layers of stuff that we are still dealing with.
Man, I'm sorry. I feel like this gotta be added in there, man. We're not against rap. We're not against rappers, but we are against those thugs. Man, I had to. It felt like it needed to go in there, man. So I just had to add that in there.
But what did Chris Rock say? Black people love black people, but they hate niggas. So if y'all seen that stand up, Banks, you never seen it?
I see.
It was what Michael got in trouble for in The Office, the Diversity Day episode.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
It's ignorant. Go watch it. It's the perfect analogy of black people right there. You got black people and then you got niggas. And we can't stand the nigga. That's what it is.
Yeah, the niggas the one that when you go to the corner store, they be tapping your pockets. Like, yo, let me go borrow your bike. Let me borrow your bike. I give it back.
Niggas the ones shooting at the movie theaters. You know what I'm saying? You can't even go in the movie in private.
Right.
Okay. Niggas is like that. I don't know if y'all seen it on HBO. What was that movie, James? I told you Meek Mill was in. In Philly.
Kings. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, but yeah.
Yeah. There was a scene in there where one of the young boys had borrowed one of Meek's character's bikes, and a dusty Negro came and was like, "Yeah, let me ride it for a minute, man."
That's he sold the bike. That was the classic thing to do in the hood, though. Let me borrow that bike. I give it back, man. You know what I mean, Tom? Here's the thing. You ever watch Chris Rock? Like everybody hates Chris. The dude that is always robbing. The dude that always robbing.
Yeah, let me hold $1.
Let me hold you $1, right? That's a real thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know when I was a kid and somebody said, yo, let me borrow your bike. I give it back. I know what they saying.
Take your bike.
Get off that bike and let me have it. You know what I'm saying? They just politely robbing you. You know what I'm saying? It didn't happen to me a few times. And then so I got hip. I'll go get a bike. I used to have like old bikes. I used to fix them up, and so I get a new bike. If I see him, nigga, I'm doing that U-turn and I'm going the other way. Guess what? You're gonna rob me again. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's just the way. That's just the way the hood was. But I don't know, bro. Like I don't know if it's fixable. That's I don't know. I don't know if this is this just the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, because I don't think it's nobody powerful enough to get killed to stop it. I don't think it's. I as much as they try to say like something has changed, I don't think it's honestly. I don't want to say it's like a wasted cause, but I just feel like as long as people are going to exist, it's going to happen, because as long as people have the free thought to do stuff, there'll always be prosperity, and there'll always be envy. There'll always be good and evil. So as long as that's there, it's going to be there. And if Trump in office didn't bring us together, if Martin Luther King didn't bring us together, if Nip getting killed didn't bring us together, we seem to get ready for the votes, but white people had to win that, will help with that. So I just feel like I don't know who else gonna die. Jay-Z gonna die, they ain't gonna stop nobody. Tupac didn't bring niggas together. You know what I'm saying? Like Tulsa didn't bring niggas together. Proud Boys in Washington didn't bring niggas together. It's like it's sad to say it's a wasted cause.
Yeah, I mean,
you just got to keep doing. You got to keep doing it for the niggas that's listening and stop. What you call said, you can't save everybody. So just say the niggas that's listening and whatever, bro. Like I got shit to do. This niggas listening. I ain't got time for that shit. You only give it. They only continue because you feed it attention. Exactly. So like Nip said, let that nigga be on Goofy time. You know what I'm saying? We gonna come over here.
True. That's true. I mean, I can agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I think that I guess it's a matter of like, I guess we need to change like, how do you not get shot? You know what I'm saying? Like, stop wearing on the jury in your neighborhood like that. You know what I mean? Like stop telling everybody, where you at, and stay out of clubs. Mm-hmm. Do your walkthrough for your bag and then get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? But
hop online.
Right. I mean, the thing about it is that everybody wants fame. They want, they want to be, known. And but it may not be worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like you might just want to, you might want to just chill out. You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, I guess we all can say it. I guess it might be, honestly, it's just a matter of good versus evil. I mean, can we agree on that? I guess, because I mean, at the end of the day, like you said, the people that are listening, let's talk to them. You know what I'm saying, how can we still build? Because and then, like you said, you can't get rid of like hey, what he say on Pay the Full? Niggas get shot every day, B.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Right. That's a great way to end it too.
Right on there. That's just what it is. So listen, man, I appreciate you guys. Like I said, I know we about to creep up at the end of this, but I appreciate you guys coming on with us. Any last words for the people?
Let you go, James.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate y'all. We've been like tuned in since we ran into each other's path. Make sure y'all check us out on the 8 Morning 92 podcast, where we always keep it 100. We're on Apple, Spotify. We're on everything at this point. I would say a couple, like it's on 4 or 5. We're on every type of platform. And then we hope to do this again. So we appreciate y'all having us.
Definitely.
Thank you.
No problem. Listen, on behalf of the boy Emp, it's your boy Tino.
It's your boy Trum.
Listen, niggas get shot every day, B. That's how we gonna get that. Good morning, good afternoon, good night.
Good luck. Man, you gotta put the good luck in there, dude. I mean, come on, dude. It's a movie.
Right. Don't catch COVID.